We will present as the Alumni Achievement Award. This award recognizes a Leeds alumni who has excelled not just in business community, but all over the world. To introduce this year's award recipient, I have to go off script here for a moment. I grew up cheering USA when this person coming up as the introduction person was skiing for the U.S. Olympic team. I invite Olympic medalist and former world champion skier Billy Kidd to the stage. The skiers will recognize Billy in his ever-present Stetson. He's been Steamboat's director of skiing for the past 44 years, where he's in charge of snowstorms and, as we like to say, champagne powder. He says he wonders if someday he'll have to get a real job. Back in the 1960s, he and our next honoree were CU classmates who competed together in the CU ski team and the 1964 Olympic ski team, led by legendary CU coach Bob Beatty. Billy.
All right, thank you. Thank you. I am very happy and honored to introduce Bill Marolt to you tonight. But first, I want to say something. Bill, you were an important part of my skiing career. When we were about 17 years old, trying to make the U.S. ski team together, there was a qualifying race in Aspen. You lived in Aspen. I was from Vermont. I had no money, and you invited me to come and stay on your couch. So I got a chance to meet your parents. They were generous, hardworking. They were tough as nails. And I learned a very important lesson from you about success. Choose your parents very wisely. Yes. I want to tell you just a few highlights in Bill's life. We were in the Olympics and World Championships together. In the '64 Olympics, he very graciously stepped aside so that Jimmy Huga and I could win our medals. As an athlete on the CU ski team, he won 4 individual national championships. And as coach of the CU ski team, he won 7 national championships. He's a coaching legend, just like Bob Beatty and Vince Lombardi. As CU athletic director, his football team won the national championships in 1990. Then as the U.S. ski team director in the 1984 Olympics, he won 5 medals, the best in U.S. history. And then he became president and CEO of the U.S. ski and snowboard team, and he set a goal, best in the world. Everybody laughed at him because that was such an impossible goal. But at the 2010 Olympics in Vancouver, the U.S. team was best in the world. So how did he do it? Yes, bravo, bravo. So how did he do it? He ran the U.S. ski team and snowboard team like a business. He said it's a simpler and similar path to success for athletes and business people. Set goals, keep it simple. Go Buffs. Best in the world. Make a plan, put together an organization. Pay attention to budgets and fundraising and time management. And all of these things give athletes an opportunity to succeed. Bill never got credit like the athletes, but he sure looked very smart. Bill was not just successful as an athlete and as a coach and in the business of sports, but he helps young people learn to be successful and gives them opportunities. He is like many of you here tonight, He is a great teacher. So, Coach, on behalf of so many athletes and fans at CU and around the world, I want to say thank you and congratulations for your award tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Billy Marolt.
Before I start, I thought that I would talk a little bit about Dean Bond. Bill Bond was the dean of the School of Business, so he was my dean. He was the president of the university, so he was my boss. And he was the faculty rep to the Big 8 and the Big 12 conferences, so we were partners. It was an unbelievable relationship, and as was expressed earlier, he was a unique person, fantastically loyal, supportive, and someone that I admired and still admire to this day. Who can imagine that a young guy, 17 years old from Aspen, who graduated with a class of 20, would be standing here tonight with this esteemed group of people? I am truly with an outstanding group. This all started when I was standing at the bottom of a race course on Ajax Mountain in Aspen, and a man came up to me and asked me, "How would you like to go to school at the University of Colorado and try out for our ski team?" That individual was Bob Beatty, is Bob Beatty. And he obviously envisioned a career for me that I couldn't have envisioned for myself. So I arrived on campus that fall, started my work to get a degree, ultimately with that degree and what I had learned, so many doors opened up. Doors in the business world, doors in the not-for-profit world, doors in athletics. And all of the success that came out of what I learned and where I went is so dependent on so many people. And we hear that a lot about team, and we hear that a lot about those who support us. But in my case, it was really, really true. I worked with incredible athletes, and I learned many lessons from my coaches and from people like Billy. The athletes that I coached, amazing people. And what's really cool about teaching and working with athletes is I look back and I see the youngsters that I coached here, and then I see what they've done with their lives, and it really, really makes you feel good. You're often asked as an individual, what is your favorite team, or what is your favorite, or who are your favorite athletes? And in my case, and in most coaches' cases, it's always the first group that you work with. Those are the people that you remember because they're special, and you have a special bond with them. So the athletes were critical. My teammates, Billy, Jimmy, Buddy Werner, Spider Savage, these were people that I learned from. My coaches, Bob Beatty, my high school coach, Gail Spence, unbelievable people that taught me values, taught me how to do things, taught me what it meant to work hard and to focus and discipline yourself in the quest of a goal. And finally, my teachers and my professors, those individuals that I worked with here in the School of Business, incredible. And finally, and most importantly, my wife Connie and my daughter Katie, right over here. And my whole career and everything I've done started right here at the University of Colorado in 1961. I had an excellent education, and the business degree that I got from the school provided me with a ticket to a life adventure. I've worked from Cape Town to Sydney to Sochi to San Moritz, and it was an incredible journey that I enjoyed and that I worked and that I met people and hopefully made a difference. I had the time of my life, and I wouldn't have missed it for anything. And all that I did, as I just said, started right here in Boulder on the campus at the University of Colorado. I am delighted to be here tonight. I am proud and I am honored to receive this award. Thank you all very much.